Like, okay, so I was wondering how you got tapped in with Strange,
Yeah.
but then I'm thinking, like, is the dream to get signed by a label or be an independent, like a Young Dolph? Not R.I.P. Like, not, don't
R.I.P.
go like that, but like to get independent, like he can say to all the labels, like, fuck off, like I'm making money. Like,
part A, how I got signed to Strange Music, right? I was in a position where we would do these shows, and I told you before, like 300 people would show up in my neighborhood, right? And it got kind of to a point where I was like, man, this is kind of happening, man. Like these people are really connecting. Mm-hmm. And my fiance now, but my girlfriend at the time, was like, yo, running this whole shit, putting these shows together. She was like, yo, this is culturally going to be a movement in our area where we're from. And it really got to that point where I felt like it's either going to go to the next level or this is it. This is what we're doing. You know, so it was after a show. We just did a show. We sold out 300 people in our hometown. It was our goal. We won. We were champions. Like, I felt like I won a fucking Grammy that night.
So cool.
Right? But I'm pacing around and I don't know what to do. So I go on YouTube and I type in inspirational music stories, whether that be Paul McCartney and the Beatles, whether that be Puff Daddy. Ooh.
For
who brought the dick? Whatever. But whether that be Puff Daddy and Biggie Smalls, Rolling Stones and Richard Branson. I just wanted an inspirational music story because I felt like although we just killed it and sold out all those tickets, we ain't shit and we ain't never going to be shit, right?
Brooke.
Yeah. So, what up, y'all?
Oh, my God. You look like you've had some fun tonight.
What's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. That's Tara. That's my fiance, Tara.
Hi,
We just spilled a drink.
I love your hair.
Don't say we.
I mean me. Yeah, but
You want to?
I don't know. Yeah,
You want some more?
you could if you like, but I don't even know where I was. I was watching the YouTube clips, Master P, Richard Branson, all of these musical inspirational stories, and Tech Nine and Strange Music and Travis O'Gwen popped up on Forbes. And they had this tiny little 8-minute documentary. And I watched it and I was so invigorated, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I was set on fire.
Wow.
I said, this is it. I don't want to be Puff Daddy or some shit. Like, I want to be these guys, Travis O'Gwen and Tech Nine. I didn't really know who they were.
Wild.
I've heard of Tech Nine because he's a fucking legend.
Right.
Everyone's like,
Sure.
And I've heard a verse. I heard the song, Am I a Psycho? When I was a kid. That was a shit.
That's the one?
Yeah, there was a few songs. But I didn't really know Tech Nine, but I saw his whole facility and everything on this documentary. And I was like, dude, we need to get there. So I told her, my girlfriend at the time, I was like, she's my manager also. I was like, yo, we need to.
You want to manage a podcast called Neanderthal Podcast?
She's an incredible manager. Because I told her, I said, yo, we need to get at this guy, Tech Nine and Travis in Kansas City. I said, we need to set up a meeting. 2 weeks later, she comes back. She's like, yo, I can't get a meeting. These guys are like billionaires or something. It's very hard. I was like, all right, are you trying to elevate? Because we were every 2 weeks, we were selling out a show in the hometown. Everybody was singing every word. But then I'm like, how are we going to get out of here? Even if we would make
right.
$3-4 grand
right.
every month off that, I made her quit her job and we were making maybe $4 grand a month off of merch and doing the shows.
That's a tough life.
So I'm like, yeah, and we were paying our rent and I was able to bring her to the Olive Garden or whatever. I was like, just rock with me and you could be my manager.
Better be put some of that on credit for $4 grand a month in New York.
Yeah, but no, this was also 2018. Okay. Probably different now.
Trump years.
Yeah, you probably
all at your board.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, guys.
But we were living like that for a second, and then I saw this documentary on Tech Nine and Travis O'Gwen in Kansas City.
Wow.
And I literally harassed her every day. Yo, I said, did you get that meeting? And she's like, yo, I can't talk. These guys are super prestigious there. It's hard to get. I'm like, all right, whatever. She just had signed on to be my manager. And I gave her this speech. If you're going to be my manager, here's how it goes down. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of in the game already.
Oh,
I had
okay.
sold
Right.
some songs. I was like, I was kind of vetted. I was writing songs and shit. So I was like, if I'm going to be an artist and you're my manager, here's how it's going to go down. Get in touch with this guy. And she just couldn't get in touch with him for like weeks, months. And then she was like, yo, he hit me back. And he said that you could have a meeting with him in Tech 9 in Kansas City. And I'm like, yo, that's all right. All
Where
right.
does a
Shit,
meeting
like
even
that's all I wanted. I wanted the meeting. I asked her as manager.
What
your role.
did you just send him his music?
Yeah.
Or just say,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
Music.
I told her that we were going to be in
we're going to be in Kansas City?
Yeah.
And you weren't really going to until he
Yeah.
said yes, and then yes, I'm
Right.
coming to Kansas
So
City.
then she sent the music. He listened. He was like, all right, we like this or whatever. So then what she did is before she even asked me, she maybe spent like rent a car, whatever, like $1,800 or something. But at that time, that was like really
That's a lot of money.
2018. I'm like, bro, I'm like, I called her. I was like, what are you,
Jerry,
what are
get
you
on that
doing?
mic.
I was
I'm gonna
like,
come
what do
across
you-
this table.
My bad. We got it.
Swear to God.
She's like, I spent the $1,800. We're going out to Kansas City. And I'm like, I was like, what? She's like, you told me whatever it takes. Right? Like I told her, like, yo, I don't care. Do whatever it takes. We're going to get this meeting done. So she did it. And then I was like, you little fuck. Yeah.
Be here Thursday.
It was scary because I was like, dude, that's a lot of money right now. I was like, fuck. And then we went. And then on the plane, I remember when we landed, she was like texting him or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. She's texting Tech 9 or whoever, right? She got the meeting. She's doing her thing. And then I'm looking. I'm like, is that Instagram? Like, have you only spoke to these people on Instagram? Like, you don't even have their number, and we flew all the way. You know, that's kind of crazy, right? You only DM'd? I'm like, you didn't even have their number? I was kind of like, yo, you better pull
This
this
is
shit
sus
the
as
fuck.
fuck.
Like, damn, this is sus, right? So then I'm like, all right. I'm like, fine.
Yes, I'm 44 and use the word sus correctly. Thank you.
Salute.
Well,
God
hold
bless
on.
you.
I can't
God bless
cheers
you.
water. That's
It
bad
was
luck.
correct. Yeah, it was correct. But anyway,
Yeah, he was very bad.
yeah, I was kind of like, yo, why would you do this? So we get there. I think we spent like an hour or two in like a hotel room where I'm like, whatever, worst case, we'll just go enjoy Kansas City because I've never been to Kansas City. And that was it. And then he called. He's like, yo, come through, da-da-da. We had this meeting. We spent like 3 days at Strange Music. Like, we were vibing, studio. I'm like making songs. It was great. It was like, wow, you really fucking pulled it off. She pulled it off.